Hi guys, LordUg here. Yes it is. Welcome to, well, I'm just State Decay 2, and I'm here to answer a question I was asked, and it's about what I go for when I play the custom game on State Decay 2. Which of course, what they mean by that is what skills I go for, because every character has the same 4 skills, which is cardio, wits, shooting, and fighting. They all have them. But you can actually keep re-rolling them till you get a skill on the bottom, like here for example, TV Trivia, and it will give you extra things. And as you can see, they're coming in. Sometimes it's just a normal skill like computing, which affects things like your radio that you can call in, things like upgrading your radio, little radio room, etc., and utilities, things like that. But there are the special skills, and some of them special skills can be really, really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the 3 that I go for, and then I will go into the game and show you. So I'll be right back. So these are the 3 that I always go for, and I do always go for these. Design, driving, and fishing. Each one has something that's perfect for the community. So I'm going to jump quickly into game now, and I'll take you through why I choose each one of these. Okay, so first up what we have is design. Now the reason I have design is, well, they've got a knowledge of the arts, which I'm not really sure what that does, but they have got a knowledge of craftsmanship, which helps towards where it says increase facility action speed, which basically means building things, I believe. So that's what knowledge of craftsmanship does. But the important one is 50% global action speed. Now, global action means things like searching. So you're already going to be 50% faster than anybody else. So, for example, if it takes you a slow search of 10 seconds, he can do it in 5. If it takes you a fast search of 6 seconds, he can do it in 3. So he's always 50% faster. Also, if you look at my wit skill, it's only 2 stars off of being full. And when you fill it up, you can upgrade it. And one of the upgrades is to increase your search speed. So he would be perfect for looting. Absolutely excellent looter, because it can search everything 5 times faster, not counting what your wits has put in on top, which is also increasing your search speed. So he becomes really valuable if you just need to loot and do nothing else. So you're just trying to get resources in real quick, and he'll just go through. Oh, it's not just that, it's anything that takes a time limit to do. He can do it 50% faster than anyone else. So that one is the main one why I pick him, because he's just good for that looting run that you might have to do. So the next one I pick is this one, which is driving. Now, well, of course, the driving is going to be more, perfectly explainable on its own. I mean, if you've got them long journeys where you've got another survivor or another enclave calling in for help and they're quite a distance away, or you ask your radio where are certain resources like ammo or food, they always tell you it's about 30 mile away. They never tell you anywhere close. It always tells you a great distance away. Then you go to your driver. Your driver gets 100% fuel efficiency, so it doesn't use anywhere near as much fuel as anybody else would. It's got 50% vehicle impact reduction, so of course if it hits things, it takes half the damage that anybody else would take. And then finally, it's got 50%, minus 50% vehicle loudness reduction. So however far the loudness of your engine reaches is 50% shorter with your driver. So you'll attract less zombies. So this one is excellent if you need to get out to that far off enclave or go and pick that far off resource up, and you ain't got a lot of fuel or whatever. This one, or you don't want to risk crashing into things and getting stranded in the middle of nowhere. This one's perfect for that. And then finally we have fishing, which speaks for itself because it just says 2 food per day. That is really good. It's really helpful. If you think of it like this, it's like a normal garden, a level 1 garden. I think that does something like 2 food a day. So you basically got the equivalent of a garden walking round. That saves a slot in your base where you could put a workshop or anything else you might want to put in there instead of building a garden. Because gardens are one of the usual things that people put in, along with the infirmary, etc. Now you don't need a garden. Get a workshop in or get something else in, that can help out a lot. And you save it with her. And by the time and by the time the fishing person is no longer needed for the food, their stats will be up high enough to still be a good thing for the base, so they don't lose anything. Now you've got to remember other things. There's traits in this, and traits, for example, for the fisher, for this one, you've got the fish noodle. It also affects skills, but it gives them -3 morale. But if you look at the brush cleaner, then you get positive. You get positive with that one. Positive, but it affects skills as well. So it's always good, if you can, to look at traits as well as just the skills. There are places where it tells you a lot of traits. I don't think I've seen anywhere that lists them all, but there is some that list different ones. For example, this one, you've got game designer and does heavy lifting. Now the heavy lifting, I think, will add to the cardio probably, and help get the cardio up, and I think it helps towards the stamina, and that's why the stamina is on 115, because it puts that up. And then of course it's got like the game designer. I'm not sure what that puts up, but it affects skills. I'll put a link in the description to a place where it tells you about some traits, and then as you pick your characters you can check them out. And finally, on this one, for example, we have the motivational speaker, and the blade collector will probably add to the fighting, and maybe some to the health. And they've got the bowl driver, which probably no doubt helps build your driving, your driving skills up some. So it's best to have an idea what traits mean as well. So as I said, I'll have a link in the description. You can click that; it'll give you an idea what most are, so you know how these things affect what you pick. So there is one other that I would go for, called Lycanology. Lycanology gives you 2 meds a day, just like fishing gives you 2 food. Now the problem is with Lycanology, it's like a stupidly low chance of getting it. I've had it once, and then I was going too fast and went past it. And literally, I've pressed thousands of times, probably over since I've had this game, looking through traits and that, and I've had Lycanology once. That's how rare it is. And even then I missed it, which pissed me off completely. But it gives you 2 meds a day. So if you imagine, if I had to swap one out, I'd swap it out for driving. Because with driving, you can go to garages and pick a couple of rucksacks of fuel up. And you've got to remember that fuel's only used when you use the car. It's not like ammo or meds and that is used daily anyway. Fuel's only used when you use the car. So if you can get a couple of rucksacks of fuel, that'll see you through 9 times out of 10. So you don't need driving necessarily. So if I had Lycanology, I'd take in design, fishing and Lycanology. But since it's so rare, I usually end up with design, fishing and driving. And I'm happy with these. I've used them a few times and they've been really, really good so far. So anyway, I hope that helps. Remember to look in the description for the list of traits and what they do. And I'll get back to you soon with another episode. So you take really good care. And I'll see you soon. So bye for now.